How to use media technologies in the construction, research, planning and evaluation stages. Technology was very important in the research stages, and this was due to my way of recording the whole process via Blogger. To do this, I used Apple Macs, as they allowed us to use programs and software unavailable on other computers. When it came to communicating with researching possible actors for the music video and keeping in touch with them via Facebook. Blogger is a simple site which allowed me to document and keep track of my progress while creating the project. I blogged every step of the way to make sure I kept a detailed record of everything I did over my project. This was a pretty easy thing to do, as most blogs didn't take more than a few minutes just to upload and keep a diary of everything we're doing. Therefore, it was good. Blogger also allowed the embedding of pictures, SlideShares, and other technologies within it. This was really handy as it kept it from being dull and boring. I also used various different sites and websites to decide the artist and song I used for my music video, the first of which was Google. This allowed me to browse various artists and information in a huge variety of different acoustic artists. It also helped me with scouting locations. As I was unsure as whether my actors would know the locations, I used Google Maps to give them an idea of where to meet, and kept in contact using Gmail, which I linked into my Blogger, and it allowed me to keep up to date with whether there had been comments happening on my blog. While researching into music videos and other possible songs, I also used YouTube. This allowed me to sift through thousands of videos when it came to posting up my own video later during conclusion. It allowed me to expose it to a large active audience. I also wrote a questionnaire when looking into the music industry during research. I constructed this using a site called SurveyMonkey. The site allowed me to post a survey and distribute it on an online format. I had no real problems with distributing, except when it came to embedding it in my blog. I found that the embedded file only showed up when it was posted online and not in the draft. This caused me great confusion, and therefore it wouldn't go in sync in Blogspot sometimes. I also used Microsoft Word, Excel and other programs when writing questionnaires and rough plans for blogs, etc. This was just in case there was any corrections I needed to make. I also analysed data and created pie charts from the data from SurveyMonkey using Microsoft Excel, and later followed it up by putting it in a PowerPoint to show these on my blog. I put this PowerPoint into a site called SlideShare. SlideShare was a site that allowed me to share my slideshows and PowerPoints online in an embedded format, which I could simply just add into my blog, which was really handy during evaluation. However, there was also another site called Prezi. Prezi allowed me to create highly interactive slideshows similar to SlideShare. However, they were a lot more customizable and gave me the ability to enable other pieces of work within them through hyperlinks, videos, and embedding, etc. Due to the existence of this, therefore, I used Prezi within my evaluation than I was to use SlideShare. Another site I used was Bubble. This was a mind mapping website which allowed me to create exportable images, which was handy when documenting my initial ideas and collecting my thoughts. Construction. When it came down to creating the titles of my music video, I was looking for a specific font that would express my artist to the audience. Therefore, I used this site called DaFont. This allowed me to find a font which would express what I wanted to say about my artist to the audience. I then later animated this piece to layer on top of my music video, and I also used various tools such as Adobe Photoshop to create ancillary tasks and images at a high standard which seemed professional. My other auxiliary task was using a site called Wix. This allowed me to create a website from a large amount of templates with functions, and it was a really easy site to add videos, pictures, other technology, and it was really highly functional. However, there were certain drawbacks, such as there were limited text, and the layout was kind of unstable. The constructed media I used wasn't limited to software, however. When creating my media project, I also used a HD camera to capture the footage, and a digital SLR camera when taking pictures to upload to my blog. To edit all of this, I used a Mac with Final Cut Express on. This was my main editing software, as it allowed me to control my footage and adjust, manipulate, and during my evaluation I also used it to create this. Also, I used a site called Glogster. Glogster's a great site which is highly interactive, and you can create little web pages which you can embed all different sorts of technologies and functions. It's a really handy thing to be able to use. Anyway, that's it for the majority of technologies I use.